Hi. Oh, nobody knows anything. Just really exciting. So today's the day before my birthday, and I'm getting ready because my celebrations are starting today, but I also thought I might as well jump on and just talk about some really exciting stuff that's going on in my life. So I'm gonna be doing my face while we talk about all this. Oh my god, I need a mirror. I'm gonna put this balloon in the back for festive energy. So I'm turning 22 tomorrow, which is crazy and exciting, and I feel really old. I just graduated college, which is absolutely nuts. I don't know, it's so weird because a few years ago I remember thinking people at this age were so old, such adults, and now I'm here and it's just like, oh, nobody knows anything. I feel like that's sort of the case forever though. You realize at a certain point that you don't just like magically become an adult. Like everyone's sort of still kind of lost, figuring it out. A few weeks / maybe a month, the date is TBD because I still don't have a job lined up. I'm moving to LA. What I've been pursuing for the last few years and what I really want to do is to be a photographer. I definitely have some other ambitions like for later down the line as well. But my main passion has been taking photos, and I'm just super excited to plunge myself into that world. I've never lived in a major city before. I live pretty close to New York City, so I go there semi-frequently, but like I don't really consider myself the city type. I love the like excitement, the energy, and the like opportunity that big cities have. But like in terms of my personality, I feel like I get uncomfortable really easily, and I am very aware that it's probably going to be a very scary and somewhat like brutal adjustment because I am coming from the smallest of small towns in New Jersey, like more cows than people. And it's just gonna be like a really big jump to then be moving into like the middle of Los Angeles. Well, not the middle of Los Angeles. I'm definitely looking more like on the outskirts. It's simultaneously terrifying, but mostly just really exciting. I personally think that things that are scary are usually much more worthwhile. So I actually see it as a good sign that like I'm very nervous. It's also just where I want to be. Like I want to be in the middle of the action. I have felt the like growing pains of, you know, wanting to be ambitious, wanting to put myself out there, and like not really being in a location where it was possible for me to really like, you know, go after my dreams. I did whatever I could where I was, but like just being in a place where so much is possible and there's so many like creative people is just gonna be so exciting. I just want to be surrounded by like the best energy possible, you know? Graduating from college is a very, very weird experience, feeling. It's super weird because, you know, not me getting all this powder all over my face. You spent the last 4 years of your life being so guided like in everything you do. It's also sort of difficult because you feel so ambitious and optimistic, you know, you're young, you're excited, you haven't been crushed yet by like the corporate world. And then you start looking for jobs and it's like, oh, everything I want to do, like they expect you to have years of experience that I don't have, or I'm like not qualified. And it's so easy to get caught up in your head and like start to like lose that like dreamy side of yourself that like thinks you can do anything, you know? That's been one of the biggest challenges for me, is just trying to maintain that like ambitious, like excited, optimistic mindset while like looking into how you're actually going to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. Not letting the machine crush you. I feel so pale, so I'm just gonna go absolutely nuts with the bronzer right now. But I'm gonna be living by myself in LA, which is also something that's really crazy and that I haven't done before, but it just felt like the right move. I knew that like for everything that I want to be pursuing, having my own space is just like so important. And I also just didn't want to feel like dependent on anybody or tied to anybody. Like I really just wanted to give myself like a proper clean slate. I'm a huge fan of like new beginnings, of change. Like I'm not as scared of change as I feel like a lot of people are. I don't really get nostalgic or like miss things from the past very frequently. Like sometimes with people I can be that way, but in general I feel like a lot less than others. I don't really romanticize the past. So yeah, I think living alone, having that like drastic change and just that independence will be super healthy for me, and it'll also just sort of force me to figure things out more on my own instead of letting me like rely on other people as like a safety blanket. This is sort of weird, but I've actually been putting bronzer like underneath my eyes. I know it sounds odd, but I find that when I like powder, it like makes this area look really light, which just like doesn't really look real. So adding some bronzer back in like under here just like makes me look more balanced. I don't know. I'm just really excited for like the social possibilities there. Like I never really found like a group that I felt like were my people in like high school or college, and I really feel like that's going to be like a big priority for me when I get to LA, is just like letting myself find people who inspire me and like are motivating and ambitious, because that's the type of people I like to surround myself with. I'm just like darkening the outer part of my eye. I never used to wear eyeshadow, and now I literally am like, why would I ever do that? It's also sort of hard to mess it up if you're just using browns. Like you can just smudge it and it'll look good. Another thing that I really want to do like before I move is to sell everything. I have always liked the idea of minimalism. I've always been inspired by people who make like minimalist content. I felt like I was never able to really put it into practice. I'm very good at letting go of items. Like I don't have sentimental attachment to many items that I have, but I get especially difficult with it when it's like something that was gifted to me. It just makes it harder because you don't want to like hurt somebody by giving away something that they gave you, you know what I mean? I would love to put that money towards like new equipment, a camera for YouTube, a camera for all the photography that I do. These little dots on my face that get covered when I do my makeup. And I actually really like them, so I like to bring them back out with this like freckle product so that you can like still see them over the foundation. I also use this as eyeliner, which you're definitely not supposed to do, but YOLO, bro. After I do the brown wings with that freckle product, I also usually go in with a black eyeliner and just sort of line the outer bit of my eye and then do like a little flick. I don't know. Okay, good enough. Something that I also think is really cool about moving to a new place is you get to start yourself out fresh in terms of like habits. My entire routine is going to change drastically. I'm going to be in a place, in a space that I've never been in before, and I get to basically decide what I want my new life to look like and turn that into habits right off the bat, which is so exciting and also a lot of pressure to like really get in a good flow right away, or even just like how I'm eating, how I'm spending money. Like I can basically reset on all of that, which is so exciting. Like, I don't know, I really want to drastically change my life as much as possible, and that's like the part of it that is the most exciting to me, is that like this is like a very much a chance to change everything about my existence. I've curled my eyelashes. Now we going in with the mascara. I'm also just really excited about the weather. I thrive in warm weather. I have not liked living in upstate New York for the last 4 years. And even New Jersey is really cold in the winter. I'm very curious to see like what the people are like, and you know, whether the like shallow culture that everyone talks about is true. I'm a big believer that, you know, there's good and bad people everywhere, and you sort of find what you're looking for. If you go into it being like, wow, everyone here is going to be terrible and shallow, then you'll probably meet terrible and shallow people. But if you have a good mindset about it, like there are good people everywhere, at least that's what I think. But I am curious to see like whether I am going to be able to notice like that sort of negative part of LA that everyone talks about. I definitely don't think I want to live there forever. Like there are other places that I really want to live, but for now it just feels like the right move for what I want to do with my career. Like for example, I would love to live in Europe at some point. I think that would be so cool. I really like Scotland, I like England, and I also really want to live in Hawaii. I've been there a few times and I'm just absolutely in love with it. I think once I establish myself and sort of see like what direction my career is taking me, it'll be a lot easier for me to be able to move to other places like that, or, you know, temporarily pick up and go somewhere. My mascara is done. Cute. I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me today and talking about all this very fun, very exciting stuff. I'm so excited to document the entire process of me moving to Los Angeles and all of the wonderful things that are to come. Ow. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I love you so much. Mwah. Bye. So don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.